So there's a lot of bullshit coming out of the administration this week. We're going to recap that. Let's take a look at what we got. First thing, week 4, Iran war, no strategy, no exit plan, just a bunch of veiled threats. The most recent is he's going to blow up their factories that produce power if they don't surrender in 48 hours. We know that's not going to happen. They're going to retaliate super hard against all the energy infrastructure around the area. And if that happens, essentially, we won't need the Strait of Hormuz because there'll be no oil coming through it or no oil produced in the area to actually let it come through. What else we got? 200 troops have been wounded so far. The counterterrorism chief quit, stating that there was no imminent threat from Iran. Duh, we all knew that because he said he obliterated it, 8 months ago, but now it wasn't obliterated. Now it's an imminent threat. Man, fuck that. We all know that's bullshit. The Pentagon's asking Congress for $200 billion to fund this. We spent $1 trillion almost $1 trillion the last 4 years under Biden, and then we're going to add 200 more million because we're not even supposed to be in foreign wars. I don't understand. The judge, thank God, is reinstating 1,000 Voice of America employees. This is super important. So you got Trump out there telling Iran to, take up arms and, take back your government. But there's no way to do that because they have no internet. Voice of America is a broadcast system, radio, that Trump just shut down because it's pro-democracy. And that is the only reason. It actually spreads democracy through the world. And if you keep spreading democracy through the world, that's counterproductive to what Trump is really trying to do. So, all right, we also got Hegseth, Pentagon press rules. He basically expelled everybody that's not a sycophant and will report exactly how he wants it. That's gone. So now we got the New York Times, the Atlantic, real newspapers, real journalists going to ask some questions again. So that's good. Mullin, he was cleared. He's going to replace Noem. This dude, I just did an episode 2 weeks ago about this. He is much worse than Noem ever was, so that's going to be fun. Under oath, Gabbard said she showed there was nothing. Okay, so there was nothing related to the stealing the elections, the voting, all that bullshit. That was nonsense. Gold coin with Trump's face on it has been approved. It is a commemorative coin, so they got some loopholes going, but I think he plans on putting his face on a coin while he's still alive. If that's not authoritarian, and he's really stupid about doing shit like that. If you're going to take over, do an authoritarian takeover, maybe not do such obvious things where the pushback is going to be so severe. All right, and let's end this with Trump's stupid ass shit that he said this week. All right, first thing, Oval Office. He's there with Japan's leader. We wanted surprise. Who knows better about surprise than Japan? Why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? Should have seen this lady. She had extreme rage that she wanted to express, basically. But she kept it together. I mean, they all have to keep it together with Trump. But in the long run, he's only hurting us on the world stage. We hit Kharg Island, and he said we may hit it again just for fun. If you guys don't know, Kharg Island is a major producer in Iran. So if that starts going down, all they're going to do is retaliate everywhere. I really predict we will see $10 a gallon gas within the end of this year. If it keeps going the way Trump's pushing it toward. Iran is completely defeated militarily. Then why do we have to negotiate? Why do we have to give them veiled threats that we're going to blow up their factory, which won't happen? Because if it does happen, it's the dumbest shit Trump has ever done. Dumber than everything. When oil prices go up, we make a lot of money. He's talking about, the people that own companies like Landman, if you've seen that show, great show. That's what he's talking about. He's not talking about we all make money. He's an idiot. Zelensky is far more difficult to deal with than Putin. Yeah, because Putin and you are just governed by self-interest and your own ego. It's hard to deal with somebody that's trying to represent other people. A former president, all right, this is a good one. A former president told me, I wish I did it, talking about the attacks in Iran. So they've talked to every living president that, supposedly said this. They all said they didn't. So Trump is now a time traveler, or maybe he was channeling, what was it? I forget the president's name. Who cares? And then here we go. We don't need help. We don't need anything from Japan or anyone else while the Japan's leader was sitting there. If that's the case, why do you beg for it 2 seconds later? He begs for it, says he doesn't. Oh, it'd be nice if all you could help, but we don't need it. What a fucking baby. And another last one, stupid. My father was born there when he was gesturing toward the German chancellor. He was born in New York City. I mean, he said fine, that'd be great. If he was born in Germany and his mother was born in BC, then he can be out of office right now. This is Lies of the Orange Era. Like, subscribe. We're going to do this once a week. Just go through all the bullshit that's happening.